Are you ordering my mother out of her daughter's house? It is hers, too, isn't it?
Matthew.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I don't mean to be short. I'm just concerned, that's all. Amanda's doctors have asked me to make sure that she avoids anything that leads to stress. I'm just trying to adhere to their instructions.
They have also asked you to get her started with her physical therapy. Are you adhering to that?
Grant has been taking wonderful care of me.
I'm talking about your health. He's not your doctor.
Why don't we let the two of them talk, Grant?
Darling, maybe you should give your mother some time, all right? Please be very careful. She's extremely vulnerable right now.
Amanda, Carl is gone. I sent him away as soon as I found out what was happening. And I've told Ryan everything. I swear to you. I have not protected Carl or myself at your expense. I know you're angry. But it's not going to help you to shut me out. Please talk to me.
Thank you for explaining your bad judgment. I'm feeling much better about my paralysis now.
You want me to pay for my mistake? Well, I can assure you I am already doing that. What I don't understand is why you're punishing yourself. Darling, you are a grown woman who is responsible for your own life. That's what you've always told me. Then do something about this situation. Don't just lie there feeling sorry for yourself.
Oh, hey, I see you decided to come to Carl's sentencing, huh?
It's what I've been working my tail off for, isn't it?
Ryan, look, I know that this feels lousy, but you did the right thing.
I always do the right thing, Billy.
Yeah, you do, Detective. Because you're a good cop. Ryan, if it's any consolation to you, you couldn't have stopped this from happening. Carl was getting sloppy. He was making mistakes. It was just a matter of time before we caught him and put him in jail anyway.
So what kind of sentence do you think he'll get?
DA's recommending 15 years minimum.
Parole?
I doubt it. Look, you got some time before they bring him up. Why don't you go talk to him?
I don't have anything to say to him, Billy.
Ryan, he's your father.
And I can't forgive him.
I'm not saying that you gotta forgive him. All I'm saying is that maybe you can find some kind of middle ground where you can at least live with this thing.
I don't think so.
Look, I'm willing to bet that you showed up here today not just because you're the officer of record. Now that's your father. Why don't you go talk to him? Might be the last chance you get for a long while.
Grant is letting Amanda slip away, Carl. I know what I'm talking about. Whenever Amanda doesn't feel like physical therapy, Grant makes excuses for her. He coddles her, he tells her to take her time, and he is effectively preventing even the possibility of progress.
Are you trying to come between Grant and Amanda?
Oh, Carl, that's not it.
You've seen her, haven't you? You've been to their house.
Amanda refuses to go out in public because she's afraid that she's going to embarrass Grant. Now, does that sound like your stepdaughter to you? She gave up the literacy project for Corey, which was a campaign designed in part to honor her own father.
Go on, keep talking.
Grant told Amanda that Rachel covered for you. She wanted to speak to her own mother.
Why? Why would Grant do such a thing?
Well, he says that he's protecting her. But the way I see it, it's a convenient way to make Rachel look like the bad guy. Carl, Grant is driving a wedge in between Amanda and everybody who cares about her, and if we don't get her out of there now, I'm afraid soon she's gonna be totally unreachable. And then no one can help her at all.
If you're inventing this tale...
I swear to you, Carl, that's over. I don't want anything for myself. I want to help Amanda. I look in her eyes, Carl, and there's nothing. No spirit, no soul. I swear you can make that bed and not even know that she's in there.
They don't want any help from me now. I have nothing left to offer them now.
You can help Amanda, Carl. You can tell the truth and walk out of here.
No, it's impossible.
Carl, you're in here because of a lie. Now, I can't help them. They won't listen to me. But you can, Carl. You are the only hope that she's got.
Back at it again, huh, Carl?
Right.
You can save it.
Well, I'm at a loss. I have no idea what to do.
I don't get this. How can he be dead?
He looked fine.
Oh, Martin Callahan did not look fine. He was pasty and he wheezed and his eyes were all glazed over.
I thought he was hungry.
Maybe we should call someone.
Who, Liz Smith?
No, I was thinking more like 911.
No. We can't do that. No.
What do you mean, no? The man's dead. Calling the police is normal.
Is this normal? Are we living normal? I mean, you know, if the police come over here, we are going to be tomorrow's headlines. Martin Callahan was a legend in his own time. How could a man that important be that dead?
And he was going to be my entree into the movie business.
Felicia, speaking of entrees,
Oh, all he ate was the soup. It wasn't the soup. I know. I helped supervise it with the chef. I tried it myself 3 times. Do you think I should wipe it off his forehead?
no, don't touch it.
Has Mr. Callahan arrived yet?
Oh, yes, he has, just a few minutes ago.
I can't believe someone that famous is here. Can I take a peek?
Oh, no. We're in the middle of some negotiations. That's what's going on.
Oh, you're standing in the hallway, Mr. Kramer.
Well, unfortunately, we've come to sort of a deadlock. It's not a good time, Pam. I am sorry. Oh.
Cass. This is just all wrong. It may be an embarrassment, but a human being is dead. We can't just let him sit there all night.
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suggest?
All right, we have to handle it quietly and with dignity. He deserves that much, you know. Oh, Pam. We have a slight situation that has developed here which requires the utmost indiscretion. Do you think you could very quietly call an ambulance?
What's the matter?
Felicia.
Well, it seems that a formerly living person is in there, and we'd like to get him out.
Josie, nothing has changed.
Nothing being the operative word.
Just because I didn't call you.
Just because? Ian, we make love and then you disappear. What kind of message do you think that sends?
I have been very busy.
How can you be so dense?
Maybe you're being too sensitive.
Oh, well, don't you think I have a right to be? I waited months to be with you. I fell in love with you. And then when we make love...
It was fantastic.
Well, then why did you make me sit around for so many days wondering where you were and what I had done to drive you away?
Look, maybe I'm not the kind of person who can just pick up the telephone and tell somebody how I feel about them. I don't know. I don't know how else to say this except that when I'm with you, I'm really with you.
And when you're not?
That's okay, too. It doesn't mean I don't care. I love you, Josie. I want you in my life.
All of me? Or just the part of me that doesn't remind you that I used to be a hooker?
Where did that come from?
I think it's obvious. The last man that I had sex with paid for it. And I mean, if that's what's bothering you, you have to tell me, because if you can't handle it, I'm out of here.
Look, Charles, I know you may think I'm asking for the impossible, but all I care about is having my life back.
But you can't rush the healing process, Charlene. It's going to take time.
I don't have time. I've already been cheated out of half my life, and I can't just tack on 2 decades to the end of it to make up for what I lost. I have a finite amount of time here. I am acutely aware of that. That's why I'm pushing this. I want to be a mother to my children. I want to be a wife to my husband. I want to be well now.
Well, all I can say, Charlene, is with that amount of determination, we can sure work on it.
Then how do we proceed?
I mentioned earlier that it might be easier moving ahead if you could just forgive yourself and stop taking the blame for your rape.
Yes, I know, and I think you're right about that.
Good. Well, then, if you're feeling up to it, Charlene, why don't you start by telling me about the boy who hurt you?
Okay.
Charlene.
I can't see his face. It's blank. Well, there's something. This person changed the entire course of my life, and I can't even remember what he looked like.
I'm sorry if I'm not living up to your high standards for daughters, Mom.
Oh, please, Amanda.
I'm sorry that I didn't turn out to be the perfect child that you and Daddy wanted me to be. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Now you're being adolescent.
You can put me at the top of your list of disappointments. I'm not like you.
Thank goodness.
Rachel Corey, who handles triumph and tragedy before breakfast and solves all the rest of the world's problems by lunch. Now, Amanda Corey, she has lunch in bed. You can use her legs as a serving tray, and you can use hot plates. It really doesn't matter because you can't feel it.
Can we stick to the issue at hand, please?
What? What issue? I'm paralyzed. I'm sorry. Is there another issue here that I'm forgetting?
Yes. If you give in to this accident, you're giving up, Amanda. You have the ability to help your body heal itself. Why don't you act on that?
Who says I have that power?
Your doctors, for one.
My doctors have never committed to anything. All they give me is a slew of possiblies and maybes.
Well, then listen to them. If that's all they're giving us, listen to them. At least try.
Why? Why? So I can be in excruciating pain?
You've never given in to pain before. Amanda, listen to me. You are a strong woman. You're as strong as your father and me. You can't just stop fighting, darling.
Would you go into battle? Would you go into a battle that you knew that you would probably lose? That's a stupid thing to say. Of course you would.
Yes. If I thought I had the smallest chance to win it, of course I would, and so would you. Amanda, listen to me. You want to walk again. You want to go horseback riding with your daughter. You want to jog every day with Maggie.
But I can't.
Stop saying you can't. You can. You haven't even tried.
I'm sorry. I understand your need to encourage Amanda to get better, but I cannot listen to this. She has had so many promises with so few results.
She has to try, Grant.
She is trying. She is trying every day. Now, if you don't understand that, you're not listening clearly.
I'm not going to let her sit there and have her spirit waste away. I'm not going to let her give up.
Listen, I haven't had a chance to visit with my sister. Do you mind, Grant?
Amanda? Amanda, you just tell me what you want, and I'll make it happen.
I'm tired. I want to be alone.
Think you have your answer, Matthew?
Okay, we'll go. We'll be back. Love you, Amanda.
I'm sorry, Amanda. I know what it's like when someone you love doesn't accept what's happening.
Why won't she understand? I tried to explain
well,
it to her.
Darling, that is her weakness, not yours. I just pray to God I never see the day when I treat my son as poorly as Rachel's treated you. But, and that's why you have me here, isn't it, darling? And I promise you, I'll always do what's best for you. Now you get some rest. I'll see to it that they're gone.
Conspiring one last time before they haul you off to jail, Carl?
Ryan, your father's no more.
Don't you even say his name. He's just doing his job, don't you understand? Ryan, given my present situation, I can hardly be held responsible for the company I keep. Was there something you wanted to say to me?
No.
How's Rachel?
She's getting over you.
Keep an eye on her. She's in a lot of pain.
And she's showing it. I have to go.
Thanks. Thank you for stopping by. I would appreciate it if you would go now and leave me alone with my thoughts.
Are you going to help me help Amanda?
That statement is oxymoronic.
Carl, what is it going to take to get through to you? Your whole family is falling apart because of your lie. Rachel and Amanda are on the outs. Amanda's quit trying. You even had your own son arrest you.
Yes, well, that's what you wanted, wasn't it? To come between us. And then destroy a father and son. Yes, well, off you go and celebrate, and please leave me alone.
If I could pull Amanda out of that bed, if I could find a way to make her fight again, I would. But I can't, and you can.
How does it feel? How does it feel when you're not in control? And there's nothing you can do about it?
You're right about me, Carl. I should be in that cell, not you. I'll tell them, Carl. I'll tell them everything I did. If you tell Ryan that Ito acted on his own and stopped the sentencing.
Get out of here. God, get this man
Damn
out
it!
of here.
Why are you so hell-bent on throwing your life away and Amanda's along with it? What good is this gonna do anybody?
Well, it seems the paramedics have everything under control now.
Seemed like such a nice man.
Oh, honey, how would you know? Martin treated us to all of 10 words before he croaked.
I could just tell. I mean, I could see it in his eyes.
Those beady little things.
Cass?
Would you mind not speaking ill of the dead, sir?
You're so right. I apologize. When I get upset, sometimes I resort to morbid humor. I'm sorry. I'm sure he was a very nice man.
You ready to go?
Yeah, almost. You got that address from his wallet?
Beverly Hills. Hey, would you look at that? Josie Watts. This is a Bay City number.
The poor guy won't be making any more calls now.
Goodbye, Martin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. What happens now?
We'll file a report. The police will contact you.
Personal effects in here.
Thank you. I'll see to it that they're properly taken care of.
I should be going. Carl's in a lot of trouble, and
Well, we
Rachel
just had a
needs me,
little...
all
You
right?
can't leave this
I
building.
can't stay here, Cass. A man died in here.
You may not realize it yet, but we are all in very serious trouble.
I did not kill this man.
Excuse me? This is, Martin Callahan's partner. He would like to speak with Mr. Callahan. Oh, yes. No, we appreciate you handling it. Yes. Oh, thank you very much. And our condolences to the Callahan family. Goodbye.
So, how did his partner take it?
Well, he's upset, but not surprised. It seems that Mr. Callahan was a medical disaster waiting to happen. His blood pressure was through the roof, and he had a bad ticker. He came out here against his doctor's wishes.
He must have been a very stubborn man.
You see, Cass, we're totally off the hook. We can't be blamed for Mr. Callahan's death any more than we can be blamed for making the grass grow.
Honey, you misunderstood me. When I said that we were in trouble, I didn't mean for assault with a deadly soup. It's much worse than that.
Cass, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm late to see...
A man died here tonight! Honey, Wiley was slipping off into that great unknown, into that great permanent abyss. I ask you, where were we?
Across the table?
I'll tell you where we were. We were too wrapped up pitching our own movie deal to even notice. I don't know about you two, but I'm not proud of this moment in our lives. No, not one bit. What has happened to us?
Can you see the water, Shirley?
Yes.
And Tom?
I don't want to see this. No. Don't do that. Don't. I'm gonna tell. I mean, it's...
What do you see, Charlene?
Sunlight. I see sunlight. It's coming through the trees. It's playing on the leaves. Like hide and go seek. I'm so angry at you, Tommy. I'm gonna tell your daddy that you hurt me. He's gonna whip the tar out of you. No!
Charlene, listen, try and pull back, float above it. Can you tell me what Tom looks like?
He has no face. I can't see his face.
Charlene, I'm gonna take you out of it now. When you wake up, you will remember everything from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you feel?
Why am I blocking? Oh. Why can't I see his face?
How many times do I have to tell you that your past life doesn't bother me?
Well, maybe it didn't before.
And it doesn't now. Why won't you believe me?
Ian, because your behavior says something else. Just be honest with me, okay? I will understand it. I swear I will. I'm a big girl, and I have been bracing myself for this.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll kick these stragglers out of here, and we'll close up early, and then I'll prove to you that my feelings haven't changed since we made love. How would you like to start? Champagne, dinner, or would you like to skip the formalities entirely?
That's real nice, Ian.
Josie, don't leave. Josie. Now who's refusing to talk?
You got some ice?
What happened to your face?
Nothing.
Who did this to you?
He didn't leave his name. I need a cigarette.
How about some peroxide and first aid ointment first, huh?
Well, depends if I'm staying or not.
She's okay. I'll patch you up and then I'll call the cops, all right?
No way.
You gotta give him a description.
I knew it. I'm out of here.
Look, this guy could come back. He could hurt you. He could hurt somebody else.
Get the hell off me. I already got mauled once tonight.
Just settle down.
Just forget it, Ian, please. I said let me go.
And I said, settle down.
I knew this was a mistake.
I'm not going to call the cops. You have my word. I don't want you to leave without taking care of that cut. All right?
All right. Cops would want to know what I was doing on the docks with a stranger. And for how much. Ain't none of their business anyhow what I do or who I do it with. Different strokes for different folks, right? So to speak. Yeah, you gotta make a living somehow. I used to be a bartender. Vodka gimlets, my specialty. Fresh lime juice.
Look up.
Sugar on the glass. I'll make you one sometime.
You will? All right. Then I'll make you dinner.
Ooh, go ahead and twist my arm, doll. Hey, you gotta smoke. I'm dying here.
No, sorry.
What the hell? I was due to quit this week anyway.
All right. You set?
Thanks, Ian.
Pleasure.
I owe you one. I can't think of another person in this world who'd help me out like you do.
You take care of yourself, all right?
Sure. If I don't, who will?
So long.
Is he yours? Yeah. He's mine. You're lucky. I ought to know. Ian, I'm sorry I hit the ceiling.
It's okay.
No, it's not. You're very special, and you were so kind to her.
She's a good kid. She doesn't hurt anybody. Except herself.
Well, you know how I accused you of not being able to forgive me for my past? I think that maybe what's going on is I haven't been able to forgive myself.
I love you, Josie. I love you just the way you are. I love you the way you came to me.
Flaws and all.
I didn't see any.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting that I have this wild insecurity thing. And when a man doesn't call me, I assume I've done something terrible to drive him away.
It's not you. It's not you.
I don't understand how my mind could draw a complete blank.
It's a common reaction, Charlene. When you were assaulted, your mind immediately sought protection. You found a safe place to hide.
The sunlight.
The light couldn't harm you. It was even pleasant to think about it. Your mind latched onto that and denied the reality of the assault.
Did my mind deny my emotions, too? I thought I'd feel angry. All I feel is numb.
Is that more comfortable than anger?
Is that a statement or a question?
Well, you were telling me earlier that you feel like you're living in a comfortable limbo.
Yes, and I want out of it. Don't you think I want to see Tom's face? Don't you think I want to be angry? To have a face to be angry at. I mean, I don't want to be a victim my whole life. I don't. I want to be healthy for John and Josie and Gregory.
And Charlene?
Oh, yes. And I won't be well until I see his face. And I am going to be well. Even if it means finding Tom and confronting him.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, you bet. I want that man
to understand how he tore my life apart.
I'll tell you what. Go home and think about it. Talk it over with John. And if you decide you still want to find this man, we'll do it.
It's funny. Tom told me not to tell anyone, and I didn't. I protected him all these years. And now it's like I'm still protecting him, isn't it? No, that's gotta stop.
The last thing in the world I wanted to do was yell at her.
That's what they call tough love.
The tough part was not taking her in my arms. But she probably wouldn't have let me. I've never seen her so defeated. It frightened me.
Well, Grant wasn't any help.
I think all I did was make her angry.
Maybe if you get her angry enough, she'll just get up and walk one day.
I wish Mac were here.
Yeah, he always knew what to do.
She'd listen to him. He was so good with people.
So were you.
I don't trust myself at all with people at the moment.
Maybe that's because you don't have Carl to lean on. I know you relied on him. I know he relied on you. You're thinking about him. Why don't I take you down to the courthouse?
No, I can't see him. He's out of my life.
What about your heart? It's okay. I understand.
God, I miss him.
All rise.
Be seated. Mr. Hutchins, where is your counsel?
I've dismissed him, Your Honor.
What possible reason? If you think this move is going to gain you time at this late stage.
On the contrary, Your Honor, I have no need of an appeal. It's too late for a reprieve. If it please the court, I'm prepared to accept the sentence.
You have the opportunity to address the court before I hand down your sentence, if you wish to do so. Mr. Hutchins?
I have nothing more to say, Your Honor.
You may have nothing more to say, Carl, but I sure as hell do.
Okay, Cass, I grant you, tonight was a little bizarre. But you know what? These things happen. I mean, to feel more involved or to feel not proud of yourself.
Not consolable.
Oh, now, that's very sweet of you. Believe me, I feel terrible for poor old Martin. I mean, dying among strangers. But you know, having our interviewer die in his soup reminds me of how fortunate I am. And I'm going to take that good fortune and I'm going to go help a friend right now. Cass.
Look, guys, I'm gonna have someone come in here and clean this mess up. I have a working breakfast in here tomorrow.
Work? Is that all you can think of at a time like this?
Cass, I think you need to get out of here as soon as possible.
I want to know why we spent our entire time tonight talking at Martin Callahan instead of with him. Can you explain that to me, Felicia? Can you, Marshall? We were too damn wrapped up in ourselves, in trying to get something from another person to even stop and find out who that other person was.
Cass, tonight has been tough on every one of us.
We never used to take ourselves so seriously.
Are you nuts? You were the most self-centered man I ever knew. I mean, you would have stepped all over Martin Callahan to get to a crap game. In fact, if he had dropped dead at that game, you would have painted numbers on his back. You would have rolled on him.
Life was good back then.
Oh, for heaven's
There was a
What's going on
magic
here,
to it all,
Cass?
an edge, a sincere appreciation
having some
of the
sort of
event,
religious
of each
experience?
moment.
No
You know what we've
idea.
become?
Let's go.
I'll tell you what we've become.
What?
Self-centered old biddies riding off into an anemic sunset of our own making on the back of a horse named Ennui.
Cass, please.
Life used to have meaning. Life was worth something.
I think you need to sit down.
Something has got to change.
I can see that.
What is it, darling?
Is she right? Am I failing everyone?
You don't have to listen to Rachel tell you what to do.
What's right? I mean, what should I want? I thought I knew. Am I just feeling sorry for myself about all this? Is that what's keeping me from being a wife for you and a mother for Allie?
You listen to me. When I married you, I accepted you as a strong woman with strong opinions. If you want therapy, then you'll get it. But if you don't want to go through the pain and the effort with no certainty of outcome, then I will support you in that too.
Are you happy that you married me? Or am I failing you too?
What kind of a question is that? I married you because I love you, Amanda. Exactly the way you are.
And why haven't you touched me since I've come home from the hospital?
Who are you?
Evan Frame. And I'd like to address the court, Your Honor.
These proceedings are completed, Mr.
This
Frame.
is not your courtroom, Mr. Hutchins.
I am the intended victim, Your Honor. Now, don't I have the right to speak before punishment is handed down to the man who allegedly tried to kill me?
No, Billy, absolutely not.
Brian, Ito flew all the way here from Japan.
Well, I don't give a damn where he flew from. He is not going to testify.
All right, listen to me. At least he can speak before they sentence your father.
No, Billy. All he's going to say is what Carl wants him to say, and that is going to get us absolutely nowhere. Now, Carl confessed, he's guilty, and he's going to jail, and nobody, absolutely nobody, is going to stop him.
Tomorrow, on Another World, Carl pleaded guilty to a crime he didn't commit, and it cost him the woman he loves. Now he must pay the price. But a surprise witness could change everything. Don't miss Another World tomorrow on NBC Daytime.